Hey, you guys, how are you? Of course, give me a second to double check to make sure that I am live everywhere that I want to be live. Those of you that are new to me, welcome, welcome, welcome to my space. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for Christian female coaches who are looking to create more income and more impact without compromising their Christian values. About 80% of my clients will create between $35,000 and $116,000 in 90 days. I'm also a TV and radio show host, so we film and record the TV and radio show here in Atlanta, GA. And so I wanted to hop on this live quickly, just have this quick conversation with you guys, and then I'm going to skedaddle. I'm going to go on about my business. Those of you that are catching the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, leave your comments, all that awesome stuff so that I am able to follow back up with you. If you are joining me live and you're joining me from my Facebook group, Highly Successful Christian Female Coaches and Consultants. Once again, if you are joining me from the Facebook group, Highly Successful Christian Female Coaches and Consultants, make sure you click on the link so that I am able to see your name and all that good stuff pop up on the screen. If you are not a part of my amazing community, Highly Successful Christian Female Coaches and Consultants, this is my invitation for you to join us. Search this out on Facebook. Make sure you answer the 3 questions, and we'll let you in, plain and simple. So we try to keep it as simple as possible. I feel like this is an amazing community, if I do say so myself. And so this is my invitation for all of you guys, highly successful Christian female coaches and consultants. This is my invitation from me to you to join us over there in the Facebook group. And so, hey. And so, hey, Tessa. And so, you guys, I want to go ahead and dive on into the conversation. So, you guys, as I said, I work with Christian female coaches. I say this all the time. As a business strategist, part of my goal is to help you to create more income and more impact. Like the two go together. If you're creating that impact, the income is coming. And so this particular live, I'm going to share, I got my notes here to make sure that I hit on all the points I want to hit on. And then, like I said, I'm going to go on about my business. But, if you are looking to create your next $35,000 to $116,000 in 90 days, then I want you to pay attention. I want you to make sure you have your paper and pencil. I want you guys to take notes. If you have questions for me, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll answer those questions. And so let's go ahead and dive on in. So you guys, in order to generate that type of revenue, there are different little things you want to make sure that you have in place. And so first and foremost, if you're looking to create revenue like that, because for a lot of people, they're taking what they've generated in a year or in 6 months, and you're now condensing that into 90 days. So, in order for you to take something that you are used to doing in a year or you're used to doing in 6 months and condensing that down into 90 days, you best believe it is going to take you getting outside of your comfort zone. So first and foremost, you have to go into this thing thinking, okay, I have to do things differently. I have to see things differently. I have to speak things differently. I have to think things differently. So this is what I mean when I say get outside your comfort zone. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to do different in order for you to be able to create that type of revenue. Hey, Max, yeah, I'm glad you caught me live. And so, like I said, so get used to getting outside your comfort zone. Because I work with Christians, because I work with believers, like that should be a norm. And so I say to my clients all the time, like every single day, like my question is, what did you do today to get outside your comfort zone? I'm probably going to have that as a post. What did you do today to get outside your comfort zone? Was there an email that you sent to someone? Was there a message that you sent to someone in Messenger? Was it a phone call that you made? Was there, was that an email that you did? Like I said, Messenger. Was it a phone call that you made? Did you send a letter? I don't know. Do we still write letters? Did you write a letter and put it in the mailbox? Whatever it was, did you reach out to someone? Something that would get you uncomfortable. And I saw a post a little bit earlier, actually right before I came on this live with Letitia. So she's a part of my community, Letitia Matthews. And so she shared how she had reached out to someone that she felt like was, like an influencer. And at first, she felt like God was telling her to reach out to that person. She reached out to him, of course, your flesh will always have these things about why you shouldn't do it. why you shouldn't reach out to that person, who are you, they're this, they're that, all of that stuff, these stories that we make up in our head. So the same thing as coaches, when it's time for us to reach out to people. So like I said, whether or not you're reaching out to someone in the capacity of maybe them becoming a client, or you're reaching out in the capacity of maybe having some sort of collaboration, whatever it may be, a lot of times we play these stories in our head versus us walking in that faith and that confidence. Because once again, if you're not just randomly just reaching out to somebody just randomly, then once again, there's usually that person has been placed in your spirit for a reason. So get outside your comfort zone. Like I said, what did you do today to get outside your comfort zone? And so, like I said, whether or not it's someone that you want to collaborate with, it might have been a consulting opportunity. It might have been for someone, maybe you're hiring people. Let me see if that person is still on here. And it's time for you to get out there and put that job posting out there online, whatever it may be. But you have to know, in order for you to generate that type of revenue in such a short period of time, you're going to have to get outside your comfort zone. And I feel like as believers, the way that I like to describe that is a faith walk. Like every single day, you should be doing something that's stretching your faith, pulling your faith, making you go like, okay, God, are you sure? God, you sure? Not even sure. God, you sure? Okay, God, well, I'm gonna trust you on this. I'm gonna run with this with you, that type of thing. So getting outside your comfort zone. So like I said, what did you do today to get outside your comfort zone? That type of thing where it's, almost like you're setting yourself up, and this is what it is, in a position to be told no. Like that to me is getting outside my comfort zone. So once again, did you put yourself in a position today to be told no? Did you put yourself in a position today for someone to ignore you? That type of thing. That's what I mean by getting outside your comfort zone. And one thing that I have learned, and I experienced this even just this past weekend, where, I reached out to someone, shared something with someone, and I did not get the response from them that I thought that I would. But I'm such a firm believer that God still honors your yes. So I felt like that was something that God was telling me to do as far as reach out. And I did. I did not get the response from the person that I thought that I would, but someone else just came up out of the clear blue type of thing with the response. And so that's what I mean when I say I feel like God honors your yes. So if you're doing that thing and you're really walking out what it is that you feel like God is telling you to walk out or to do, and so once again, it may not look exactly the way that you thought that it would, but like I said, I really and truly feel like God honors your yes, even if it does not look the way that you thought that it would. So I feel like some of us are not operating, some of us are not experiencing the things that God may have for you at that level, because you're not giving him the opportunity to honor your yes. You're not even telling him yes. You're not saying yes to the thing. So you're not even experiencing at that level. And you're afraid to say yes to the thing and actually do it because of that rejection. So that's my thing on that, my take on that. So like I said, one, you have to get outside your comfort zone. You have to be ready to get outside your comfort zone. The next thing, if you're looking to generate that type of revenue in such a short period of time, well, Ben, why are you saying it's such a short period of time? Because once again, most of you, that type of revenue, it's taking you 12 months or it's taking you 6 months to do it, and you're collapsing it and condensing it down into 3. So that's what I mean when I say in such a short period of time. So the next thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is be laser focused. Be laser focused. Be laser focused. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Kimmy. Yes, Kimmy. Yes. So you guys, you have to get super laser focused. And this is one thing that I notice about a lot of us, and I'm speaking specifically to coaches because that's who I serve. A lot of times, we will journey to do something, we'll do something, and then we may not get the result when we thought that we were going to get it. Hey, Carol Ann. And so then we switch it up. So you may do something for 2 weeks, you may do something for 3 weeks and not see the type of result that you think that you should have seen in 2 or 3 weeks, and then you switch it up. You guys, you have to remain laser focused. So if we're talking about you generating your next $35,000, $50,000, $100,000 in 90 days, you have to be laser focused. And when I say laser focused, there's a couple of things you want to be laser focused on. One, you want to be laser focused on that particular, whatever the offer is. So whatever offer it is that you're putting putting out there. So of course, if you're setting this revenue goal, so say for instance, in the next 90 days, your revenue goal is to generate $50,000, then there should be some type of offer that you have that will allow for you to be able to create and secure that $50,000. So you want to be laser focused on that particular offer. So that's the first thing that you want to do, be laser focused. This is the offer that I want to put out there. You also want to be laser focused. Well, how many people do you need in that program in order for you to hit that $50,000? So those of you that know me, you know Blue and White. You know Blue and White. I will bust her out. I will break her out in a heartbeat so that we can calculate, well, how many people do I need in that 90-day period if I want to be able to generate that $50,000. So you want to make sure, once again, because you're going to be laser focused. So you want to make sure that you are, that in that 90 days, you're laser focused. So say, for instance, it's your $2,500 offer. So your $2,500 offer, you want to be able to generate $50,000 in those 90 days with that $2,500 offer. Well, how many people will you need to get into that program in order for you to generate the $50,000? So one, you are laser focused on the offer. Two, you are laser focused on the number of people that you want in that offer. And so there are people that will come to me, Dave, I don't really focus on numbers, and I'm not the coach for you. If you don't focus on numbers, I'm not the coach for you. Now, is that the only thing that you focus on? No. But once again, we have to know what it is that we're shooting at. We have to know what the target is. So for you to say that I don't focus on my numbers, then I'm not the coach for you. Once again, I'm just not. Because once again, I need to know what is it that we're shooting for? What is my target? What is my goal? That type of thing. So if I have this $2,500 offer, I want to generate $50,000 in 90 days, and I need 20 people. I need 20 people into the program. So over the next 90 days, I'm focused on my 20 people. On the next 90 days, I'm focused on my 20 people. And then this is the thing. You want to be laser focused on the 20 people who are right for that program, because that $2,500 offer is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with knowing that the $2,500 offer is not for every person that is a part of your target market. It's not. They're not. And that's fine. So what you want to do, you want to be laser focused on the 20 people that offer is for. And so one thing I always try to remind people is, because the first thing people say, well, I don't know 20 people. Like, that's always your default. And my thing is, hey, you said you're an entrepreneur, right? You said that you're a business owner, right? If you know that your goal is to sell 20 people into that offer, 20 people into that offer, your goal as an entrepreneur is to solve the problem. So if you're saying, I don't know 20 people, it's not true. But if you're saying, I don't know 20 people to get into the program, then your job as that entrepreneur is to solve that problem. So what do I need to do to find those 20 people? And so once again, you want to make sure that you have your strategy in place to be able to secure those 20 people. And so one thing I always tell my clients, start where you are. So look at your social media spaces. So wherever you are, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you are on social media, I always say, count up how many people are connected to you on social media. Count up how many people that may be connections that you actually know. Count those people up. How many people do you have on your email list? How many people come and read your blog if you have a blog? Start there first. And you mean to tell me, and we'll just say out of all of those things I just named, I'm going to go on the low end. So we're going to say your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your email list, your people that you may know in real life. We'll start there. In your Facebook group, let's say it's 1,000 people. We'll just say that we're going to go on the low end. We're going to get 1,000 people, which you should, hey, if you're an entrepreneur, you should have a minimum of 1,000 people on your friends list. That's just me. But my thing is this, though. So you mean out of 1,000 people, there's not 20 people there that will invest in your $2,500 offer? I just refuse to believe that there's not 20 people there that will invest in that. Now, what you do have to do is make sure that you position the offer in such a way that for those 20 people, when they see the offer and they see the price point, it's a no-brainer for them. That type of thing. So you're laser focused on those 20 people in which that offer is for, that $2,500 offer is for, because you want to hit that $50,000. So you want to get laser focused on those 20 people. So that means, what are you doing every single day? Going back to what I said on point one, what are you doing every single day to get outside your comfort zone? So once again, look at the content that you're putting out there. So that content that you're putting out there, so whether or not it's posts that you're putting on social media, that could be written posts or you going live, emails to your list, whether or not you blog, whatever it is, that component that you do, those things. So the content that you put out there, the email to your list, your blog, whatever that content is that you're putting out there that allows for you to show up as the expert. So look at that content that you're putting out there on a daily basis. Is that content speaking to that one of those 20 people? Is that content speaking to one of those 20 people? It should be. It should be. That content should be speaking to one of those 20 people. Hey, Diane. The next thing. So, of course, you have the content that you're putting out there and then the conversations that you're having with people as well. Those conversations are important. So the content that you put out there, that is part of the conversation. Like the content you put out there, that is part of the conversation. But then you also want to make sure that you're actually having conversations with people, where you're going back and forth with people. So once again, so whether or not it was a message that you sent your email, your list, and there was a call to action in there. So say the call to action was for them to either click on a link and do something, or the call to action might have been, hey, if this is of interest to you, respond back with a certain word, respond back or reply back to this email. So now you're going to have a conversation, which is what I'm talking about, have a conversation going back and forth with someone. Or once again, you utilize Messenger. Have a back and forth conversation with someone in Messenger. Or have a conversation good old fashioned way on the phone. That type of thing. And so you guys, you don't know how many times I have had clients, and somebody just told me this week, that said to me, especially when it comes to having conversations in Messenger. And I know for a lot of you guys, you shy away from that. And I know even for myself, when I find myself shying away from having conversations in Messenger, I need to check my mindset. I need to check the reason why I am pulling back from having conversations with people in Messenger. But you guys, I'm telling you, it's not the way that you see it, where you send somebody a friend request and then hop in there and say, hey, I have this free Facebook group. Go ahead and join me. Hey, if you're interested in, knowing how to lose weight, go ahead and schedule a call with me. We're not doing that. That's not what I'm showing my clients to do of how to utilize Messenger. Once again, we utilize Messenger to carry on a conversation. We use Messenger to start a conversation and then to continue that conversation. So whether or not that continuation of the conversation is you actually closing them in Messenger, or you inviting them to schedule a call with you, or you inviting them to click on a link so they can go ahead and just pay for the thing, however you have it set up. But that's what I mean by utilizing Messenger. Some of you guys are literally leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table every single week because you're not utilizing Messenger, or you don't know how to effectively utilize Messenger. So I'm telling you, if you're not utilizing that to carry on conversations with people, you're leaving tons of revenue on the table every single week. And that's something that you really want to ask yourself about where it's coming from. And so I say this to you guys all the time. Anytime I reach out to anybody in Messenger, it is because I feel like I can support them in some capacity, or I want to know how I may be able to support them in some capacity. So like I said, those of you that have people in Facebook groups, if your description of your Facebook groups or in that about section, if you have utilized that effectively, if you look at the title of your Facebook group, if you're utilizing that effectively, then those people are in your group for a reason. And my thing is, you need to know why they're in there. So part of that, those of you, the 2,000 people that are in my Facebook group, we have conversations in Messenger because I want to know, why are you here? How may I be able to support you, type of thing. But I'm not going to know that if I don't carry on the conversation with them. If your Facebook page is optimized, when someone sends you a friend request, the same thing. So I know for me, if someone sends me a friend request, if they see my banner, if they see my bio, it's one of two reasons. Usually it's one of two reasons. So if it's not a friend or a family member, so I'm talking about outside of a friend or family member, it's usually one of two reasons why people are sending me a friend request, because my Facebook page is optimized. So if they don't know me, then they're sending me a friend request for one of two reasons. The same thing, you want to make sure that you optimize your social media pages. Your social media page, if it's optimized, that should bring you in 3 to 5 new leads every single month just by optimizing the page. If you're doing those things, when it comes to certain things you should have in your banner, certain things you should have in your bio, certain things you should have in that little section over there on the left-hand side. So if you have that optimized, that should generate 3 to 5 leads every single month. And like I said, once you have that information, once you have it there, you're good. Like you don't have to change it every month. Once you have that information there, that is something just like on autopilot that you should be able to do. So I know for me, because my page is optimized, if they do not know me, they are sending me a friend request for one of two reasons. One of two reasons. Either they want something from me. And so, and when I say want something from me, either they're looking for the service that I offer, either they're looking for the service that I offer, or they are looking to sell me their service. One of two things. One of two reasons why. One of two reasons why they are sending me a friend request, because they don't know me in any other capacity. But when they come to my page, so whether or not they come to my page because of something that I posted in someone's group, or I may have done an interview and I said, well, connect with me there, that type of thing. So you guys, what other reason is there? What other reason is there? Like I said, if you have optimized your page, it's more than likely going to be one of those two reasons. My thing is, I don't have time to guess. In my stage and age, I'm not going back and forth. I'm not going back and forth in my head. I wonder why they sent me this friend request. Well, I don't know. I don't want to turn them off. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I need to know. So you know what? In order for me to know versus me going back and forth in my head, I'm going to ask them. I am going to ask them. Point blank, period. And this is the thing. So I'm going to ask them the question. Now, some of them will come right out and say, well, hey, I see that you're a business strategist and, you're saying that 80% of your clients create between $35,000 and $116,000 in 90 days. So I want to know what it is that you're doing. So some of them will flat out come out and tell me that, which I'm cool with it. But for some of you guys, even when people tell you that, the first thing you'll do, oh, yes, let's go ahead and schedule a call. No, Just because someone is interested in my services like that, that does not mean that they get access to me as far as the link to schedule a call. I don't roll like that. My thing is, because when I get someone on a call, 9 times out of 10, they're closing on a sale. So in order for me to have a 90% close rate, I have to make sure that the right people are getting on the call. So I don't get super excited like that, like, oh my gosh, this right. No, I don't do that. What I do is ask them questions. So some of the same questions that might be on my pre-qualified questions, I will ask them that in Messenger. You guys, once again, Messenger is designed for you to have a conversation. Are you having conversations with people in Messenger? So this is what I mean when I say utilize Messenger. So like I said, if someone flat out says that to me, as far as, I see what it is that you do, then I ask them questions. Hey, what type of coach are you? How long have you been coaching? What are your revenue goals? Like I ask them those questions because I need to know. So if they're coming to me and they're saying, if I ask them, what's your revenue goal for the next 90 days? And they tell me that their revenue goal for the next 90 days is $5,000, they're not my ideal client. And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. So what I will do, hey, cuz, what I will do, I'll tell them, hey, I'm going to keep an eye out on your page. I may also say, hey, I have an absolutely amazing Facebook group that if you want to join, we would love to have you in there. Now, those people, if I say, hey, what's your 90-day revenue goal? And they say $50,000, that's going to perk me up because once again, that's in the vein of my ideal client. So you guys do not be afraid to have back and forth conversations with people in Messenger. It doesn't automatically mean just because someone expresses an interest in your services that they're an ideal client. Ask them some questions. So like I said, that's why I have a 90% close rate on my sales calls, because the call is not just for any old body. I don't do the coffee chats. We can chit chat in Messenger. I don't have to get on a call with you to do a coffee chat or to see whether or not we're no, I don't need to do any of that. I can have that conversation with you in Messenger, and that's what I do. And so you guys, that's what I mean when I say get laser focused. You want to get laser focused on what it is that you're offering. You want to get laser focused on how many people you want in that program. You want to get laser focused on the people that program is designed for, your ideal clients, your ideal clients. I didn't know. See, look, Diane, we got that connection, girl. We got that connection. So you guys get laser focused on that. The other part, if you are, like I said, super serious on being able to generate between $35,000 and $116,000 in 90 days, remember I mentioned your content. What is that content that you're putting out there? Is that content speaking? Remember, I said, is your content speaking to those 20 people that you want to have into your program? I'm not talking to anybody else, but those 20 people that I want to have in that program. Well, Ben, what about those people who don't have 2,500? Those people are not a fit for the program, so I'm not talking to them. And it is okay. Did you just hear what I said? If someone said that their revenue goal for the next 90 days was $5,000, what did I say that I would do? I'll keep an eye on your page, or I will encourage them to join my Facebook group. I love it, Diane. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so my thing is this. So like I said, get in my Facebook group. Or, hey, I have this freebie over here, my 6-figure framework. Get on that email list over there. So I have something for those people, but my content is not directed toward those people. My content is directed toward those 20 people that I want to have in this program. You guys, let me know if this is making sense. Type in the chat and let me know if this is making sense. While you're typing that, and take a drink of water. So type in the chat. Let me know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Once again, you have to be laser focused, like I said, on that offer, that content that you're putting out there, and then also laser focus on this last part, which is the conversion. So let me know. I don't see any yeses in there, so y'all might not be with me. Let me make sure. Let me make sure if you guys are here. What's going on? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Let me know if you're with me. Type yes in the chat if you were with me. Let me know. Want to make sure I didn't lose y'all. Did I drop off? Am I still there? Somebody let me know something. There we go. Thank you, Diane. There we go. I see you, Diane. One person. Okay, cool. That's all I need. All I need is one. I'm going to keep going. Okay. So you guys, that last part, the last part that you really and truly, if you are serious about generating between $35,000 and $116,000 in 90 days, what you want to do next? Hey, Rachel, Christina, hey. What you want to do next is also be laser focused on conversions. And so once again, remember what I said with those conversations. Remember what I said about those conversations. You want to be able to convert those people. So part of that conversion involves your content that you're putting out there, because you want to speak to those 20 people. Part of the conversions is the conversations that you're having with people. And so that example that I gave where I said, I may run up on someone and they expressed an interest in my offer or my program. Then, like I said, I'm having a conversation with them in Messenger. And then if I feel like, okay, yeah, they said they want to generate $50,000. They're telling me these are the things that they tried. This is why they felt like it didn't work. I'm like, hey, you know what? They might be a good fit. Let's hop on a call. Let's hop on a call. And so we'll schedule that call. We'll schedule the call. And my thing is, if I feel like they are a good fit, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to offer them the program. I'm going to offer them the service. I'm going to offer them the service. Some of you guys are not even making offers. You're not even giving people a chance to tell you no. You're not offering anything. So those of you, the time of this recording is Thursday. So we're coming up on the end of this week. It's Thursday. And so you're looking at your goal for this week. You're looking at this goal for this week. If you were not on target to hit your goal, and you don't have to type this in the chat, this is just for you to think about it. If you are not on target for you to hit your goal for this week, how many people did you ask to invest in your program? How many people did you, not a post that you put out there, because you want to have it. Remember, it's a two-part thing. It is the content and it is the conversations that lead to the conversions. So how many people did you actually ask for the sale? So if you did not hit your goal, how many people? Exactly. Go for the no. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You keep asking. You keep asking. You keep asking. How many people did you ask this week to invest in your program? So you can't get upset. You can't get mad. You can't blame God, because you know how quick we are. Well, God, I don't understand. God, you see I'm doing this. Well, God, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Like, we can't get all mad and upset with God if you haven't done your part. So what did you do to get uncomfortable this week to hit your goal? What did you do? How many people did you literally ask, hey, this is my program. This is who it's for. This is the investment. Do you want to be a part of it? It's easy to drop a link and say, hey, either schedule a call with me or, hey, go purchase this program. But how many people did you actually ask that question to? So whether or not it was on the phone, whether or not it was you literally typing it out and asking them, But how many people? Yep, go for the no. Go for the no. You guys, that should be a goal. That should be your mantra. Go for the no. Go for it. I say go for the yes. I just keep going. I just keep asking until I get a yes. I keep asking until I get a yes. You guys, I'm telling you, every single day you should be offering your programs every single day to somebody. My thing is, set a goal of how many people you want to reach out to. How many people do you want to start a conversation with every single day? Me and my VA, we got our game plan. She knows the numbers. She knows the numbers. And that's what we shooting for. We shoot for it every single a daily goal. We have a daily goal. Between the two of us, we got a daily goal. So how many conversations are you starting every day? Out of those conversations, how many people are you inviting to get on a call with you, or inviting? Because some people you may not have to get on a call with. If you already have a conversation with them, maybe either they were a previous client from before, and maybe you have a different offer for them, you may not have to get on a sales call with them. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Don't be afraid of the no. Go for the yes. And then you guys, I always like to throw it in as well. Those of you that do consulting, the same thing. Reach out to that company. Reach out to that organization. Reach out to that other business owner. Go for the yes on those as well. Go for the yes on those as well. How amazing would it be if your revenue goal for the quarter was $50,000 and you did that with one consulting contract? How amazing would that be? Now you're like, well, babe, I got to break this down. I got a revenue goal for my consulting and I got a revenue goal for my coaching. whatever. How awesome would that be? You guys, we have to stop being afraid. We just had an historic day. I don't care what side of the spectrum you were on politically. We just had a historic day here in the United States yesterday with the first female vice president. You guys, come on. We've had a lot of historic events in our time. If you've been alive for the past, 12 years, you guys. And then the amazing thing with us being believers, those glass ceilings don't even apply to us as believers if we walk out in faith like that. If we walk out in faith, we don't have any glass ceilings as a believer. We do not have any glass ceilings. If our Father told us we can have anything that we want, if we're touching and agreeing, anything that we ask for, ask and you shall receive, then we don't have any glass ceilings on us. He didn't say, well, hey, you can't ask because you're a female. You can't ask because you're black. You can't ask because of this. Like that was not the criteria in the Bible. The scripture does not say, well, you can only ask for this, or you can't ask for that because you are a female. So we never had any glass ceilings on us to begin with as a believer. If we walk out what it is that God has told us, we have to walk in that boldness and in that confidence like that of what we already have access to because we are believers. So you guys, we don't have any reason not to be able to do whatever it is, that desire that God has placed in us. You guys, we have to walk more boldly in what it is that we're doing. We have to walk in expectation of what it is that we're doing. We have to stand firmly in the word and what it is that God has told us and shown us that we have access to. So if God has given us the power to get wealth, that's what it tells us in scripture. So we have that power to be wealthy. Are we wealthy? Are you wealthy? Well, babe, I'm wealthy in love. So that's the only way for you to be wealthy. Was that the only capacity? Was that what he was talking about? That abundance, yes, you have that abundance of peace and love and happiness, but you do know that abundance and that wealth is also talking about the finances. That's what I'm going back to. More income and more impact. And so I'm going to leave you with this. Imagine if you generated $100,000 in the next 90 days. What type of impact would you have to have made to generate that type of revenue? How would that impact your family? How would that impact your business? How would that impact your finances? What would you do differently in your business? How would it impact those people that you are performing your services for? So those 20 people that got in for $2,500, Now you get to impact them. And I say this all the time. This is one thing that I learned as an educator. And then when I decided to move out of the classroom and to be able to support other educators, I always thought about the exponential impact that I was having. So when I was a teacher, I impacted my students that were in the classroom. So the 30 to 35 students in the classroom, 6 periods a day. But then when I moved outside of the classroom and I was working with other educators, so now instead of just impacting my one classroom, I now got to impact a group or a whole school or a whole district. Some of the training I did across the district. It's the same thing. You want to take that same thought process with you as a coach. And remember the one thing that I say, especially us as believers, we legit have the skill set to impact and change and break generational curses and establish generational blessings. So just imagine those 20 people that you're now serving in that program. So not only are you impacting their immediate family, those 20 people, but also their bloodline. So their children and their children's children, and it keeps going down. So think about the exponential impact of you serving those 20 people will have on this world. You guys, we have to start thinking bigger as entrepreneurs, especially us as believers in business. We have to start thinking bigger. Are you really thinking about that level of impact? Are you thinking about it exponentially? Or are you still just saying, well, hey, this is just a 12-week program? No, it's not just a 12. Like, if that's how you see your programs and that's how you're describing it, it's just an 8-week program. It is just a 12-week program. You're removing that impact. You're not recognizing the type of impact that you are having. So that's what I mean when I say more income and more impact. So that's what I mean when I say, hey, think about the level of impact that will have not just on your family and your business, but those people that you were called to serve. So I need us to start thinking about exponential impact. That's all that I have. So you guys, like I said, you want to make sure, let me make sure I summarize it. Once again, get outside your comfort zone every single day. That's the first thing. 2, you want to make sure that you are laser focused. They're laser focused on what? On the offer, the number of people that you want in that offer, the content that you were putting out there, and then converting those people into paying clients. So the content, sorry, look at conversation. So the offer, the content, the conversation, and then we are converting those people into paying clients. Focus on that for 90 days. Focus on that for 90 days and watch what happens, being laser focused. So you guys, that's all that I have. So if you were interested in how I may be able to support you, you can check out one of my clients dropped a testimonial earlier, and I shared it earlier on my pages about, what did she do? $10,000 in 4 days or something along those lines during a pandemic. You guys, we cannot allow the thought of, well, hey, we're in the midst of a pandemic, so I can't promote my coaching. So like, you guys, that's not true. That is not true. And if you're believing that, I pray that you release that, because it's not true. It is not true. So you guys, you have to make that decision. Make that decision that you want to have that exponential impact. You want to have that multiplicative impact. Because some of you guys can't imagine the exponential. So let's say the multiplicative. Let's just say we're multiplying. Let's just say we're multiplying. I love that, Diane. She said, I realized I wasn't dreaming of praying bigger. I started a devotional called Pray Big Things so I can get into the habit of praying and dreaming bigger. And my thing is, like, watch how God blows your mind with that. Watch what happens. So you guys, like I said, I'm telling you, you follow that routine. That is what it is that I use with my clients. That's how I support my clients in that capacity. And like I said, we're at 80%. That have done between 36 and 116,000. If you desire that type of revenue in 90 days, we need to have a conversation. Round 3 of my accelerator, we kick it off next Friday. I am so excited. I've been working on content. I have been working on content. I am super excited about this next round. And so, like I said, if you are interested in it, how I may be able to support you, shoot me a message so that we can have a conversation. But I said conversation, so we can have a conversation. Period. If that's not the setting for you, then I have other coaches I can refer you to. I'm like, oh, this may not be for you. You may not be ready for that type of revenue at that type of level based on where you are in your business. But I can refer you to somebody else or refer a different offer to you. So if that is you, feel free to reach out to me. Once again, if you want to book a call, go ahead and schedule a call with me. The little there you go below me, www.callwithbeverly.com, www.callwithbeverly.com. Fill out those questions. I read over those questions. If I'm like, oh, this is a red flag, I'm not getting on the call with you, I'll let you know. But if you do want to schedule a call, go to www.callwithbeverly.com. And then, of course, if you have not subscribed to my freebie, my six-figure framework, www.beverly's, the number six-figure-framework.com. And so, you guys, like I said, I would love to support you in this capacity to see how we can generate that level of revenue in 90 days. So go ahead and send me a message and we can have that conversation. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Those of you on the replay, once again, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions and comments, and I will definitely get back with you. You guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on the other side of this live. You guys take care, take care, take care.